Hey, I'm Dr. J. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, you and I are gonna make an award-winning Instant Pot chili. I promise, you're gonna love this. So one thing I did before we started the video was I have these dried Guajillo chilies. These are amazing. This is what they look like. They'll last in your cabinet for a long time, okay? They smell good. They're kind of like, they're not super spicy, like punchy in the face kind of thing. They're more of a sweet kind of fruit-like chili. They're so good. What I did was I put 2 cups of water, put this in the microwave with 3 dried chilies that I had taken the tops off and de-seeded. Okay, so I'm gonna put the liquid and the chilies in. Okay, I'm gonna give this all a quick buzz. Now be careful because there's hot liquid in there. So I just wanna go slow. I just wanted to get them all blended together. That's it, okay? So now I have 2 Chipotle, and these are just, Chipotle peppers are just smoked jalapenos, and they're in an adobe sauce. You can get them in a can, they're delicious. I always have 2 or 3 cans of these in my pantry. I'm gonna put 2 of them in, and it depends on how spicy you like it, right? If you don't like it so spicy, just use 1. But I am using 5 cloves of garlic. We love garlic. Again, this is the great thing about cooking. If you don't, a little bit less. Okay, so again, top back on. Give this all a little cut. And the great thing about using the blender, it just saves me a couple steps of chopping and all of that. This recipe does have a few steps to it, but I'm promising you, it's so worth it. And in the Instant Pot, it's gonna come together in minutes. You all know I love these San Marzano tomatoes. They're fabulous. Get them whole if you can. They're so sweet. They're delicious. They're worth a little bit extra money. I promise you, whether you're making an Italian sauce or you're making a chili, whatever you're using them for, they're worth the price. Okay, so I'm just gonna get these in with trying not to make too much of a mess. There we go. Okay, top back on. Give this all a whiz. Okay, I'm just gonna save this. This is gonna go into our sauce in just a little bit, into our chili. Okay, I'm just gonna get this little mess cleaned up and I'll show you how the rest comes together. Okay, so my Instant Pot is on saute. It's on normal, which is like the middle setting. And I've got 3 tablespoons of avocado oil in there. And this is 1 pound of skirt steak. I just cut it up into small pieces. So yummy. That's great for like fajitas, tacos, delicious. Okay, always wanna season every layer, right? So I love the kosher salt. Just a little pinch. And I've actually have the amount measured, and I'll include all in the description below. Okay, some little ground black pepper going in. I love testing recipes for you all. It's so much fun. And I'll tell you, I love my Instant Pot. It's insane. I've been cooking a long time. I mean, I'm a home cook. I've always been cooking on top of the stove, in the oven. And so I had a patient tell me, you really need to get an Instant Pot. You know, it's probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't even remember now. And I said, I don't need another gadget. I have to house it. I got to put it somewhere. So she kept talking about it, And finally, Eric and I were shopping for our youngest daughter, my stepdaughter, Jesselyn, for Christmas. She was kind of just getting started and was looking for things for her apartment, and she wanted pots and pans. So they happened to have this great sale, and Instant Pot happened to be on there. So we got some stuff for her, and I said, you know what? This is such a good price, can't pass it up. And I've never stopped using it since. It's crazy. Things happen so quickly in it, but the meats come out so tender. So a lot of things that I still can do on the stove or in the oven, it's quicker. And the other thing I love about it is once I put that top on and seal it, I can go about my business. So if I, just get home from work, I'm trying to get something, maybe I'm throwing on a load of laundry, whatever, I can do all that. So I highly recommend. If you don't have one, I think it's a great investment. Ask for Christmas. It's right around the corner, right? And if you are using your Instant Pot, let me know what you love to make in yours. Just leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you all are making, or if there's something that you'd want me to make that we can kind of cook together. That'd be really fun too. I'm always trying new things, always trying new recipes. I do test them all for you, so I know when you read my description, so it's always in the description below, all my ingredients, I know it's gonna taste great. Because I've made all the mistakes for you, right? So you don't have to. Okay. And all I'm doing really is just getting a light color not really too much on this skirt steak. It smells so good in here already. It's crazy. I love chili, and I make it, 1,000 different ways. I use chicken, I use turkey, I use just all ground beef sometimes. It's so versatile. The biggest thing with chili is you gotta get the chilies in there, right? So you gotta get that flavor. Listen, I'm all about saving some time, but I really do believe in using the best ingredients you can. And I'm not crazy about packages, like packaged seasonings and things like that. I don't know how long those suckers have been sitting there, right? So I like buying my own spices. I even make my own spice mixes. And I know I don't keep spices that long. They don't last long in this kitchen anyways because we cook so much, right? And I always say too, the nice thing about if you are cooking and adding your own seasoning, you're controlling the amount of salt you use and you're controlling the amount of spice, the spice level that you like, right? You're not dependent on whatever's in that packet. I'm not a fan of regular table salt. I just don't like the flavor of it. Maybe it's just me, but it tastes metallic. I just don't care for it. But I love kosher salt. It's pretty much what I use most of the time, but sea salt is delicious too. So, there are other salts that you can use out there. Okay, so we're just getting this cooked down. And that looks about right. I don't really need to get a lot of color on this. Okay, so this is the mix I've got for you. This is 8 ounces of chorizo, ground chorizo. Chorizo has all kinds of spices in it as well. And then I have 1 pound of Italian mild sausage that's gonna go in there. So you can mix and match as you like it, right? I love sausage, really, honestly. I like all flavors, breakfast sausages, I don't care. But I find the ground one is nice because, I don't have to do much. I can just throw it in the pan. And I'm going to let this just kind of cook through. It'll take about 5-6 minutes. Oh, it smells amazing. That chorizo, wow. But if you don't have, like in your market, if they don't have the ground sausage, that's okay. You can absolutely buy the links, right? So just buy a pound of whatever kind that you like. You could even use hearty here. That'd be fabulous. The Italian sausages, and then just cut them out of the casings and just squeeze them out and just break it up. That would be fine. Same thing with the chorizo. Because a lot of times, probably like you, right? We're coming home, I usually get in my door like around 7 o'clock at night. So 7 o'clock, I like to have things ready. If you've watched any of my videos before, I do a lot of prep kind of on the weekends. I have a lot of things that are freezer prepped. I already know what I'm going to make for the week. So it just makes it that much easier. So when I come home, I kind of usually have all the ingredients that I'm going to use for the night. They're already like set in my refrigerator, like right, I can see them. So basically I just take them out and get rolling. I just find that makes it much more successful when we're cooking too. We love to go out to eat, but we like to go out to eat because we choose to though. I don't like to go out to eat just because we're hungry. I know that sounds kind of silly, but sometimes when you're hungry, you're just choosing something that maybe is not the best thing for you. So I like to plan. We like to go support our local businesses. We live in McKinney, Texas, which if you've never been, is so cute. It's north of Dallas. We're about a half hour or so. We're just south of Oklahoma border, maybe 40 minutes or so. It's a great area. If you haven't been, our little downtown is so cute. There's something for everybody, whether you're single, married, kids, no kids, all good. Okay, I'm just going to give this a few more minutes. I want that pork to cook down, and then I'm going to add in a few more ingredients. Okay, so the meat is all cooked through. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is amazing. I'm telling you, that chorizo, for a little bit of chorizo, it packs a punch. It's going to add so much flavor to this chili. This is 1 poblano pepper that I've seeded and diced for you. Okay, that's gonna go in. I love poblanos because they add a spice, almost like a little smoky flavor as well. 1 diced onion going in, but they're not super spicy. So I love that. Having a little wine while we're making some chili. I'm gonna put in seasoning. We're gonna add a little bit of salt here. I really should be having a little bit because that's what's gonna go inside here. Okay, a little ground black pepper. Again, making sure that we season every layer. And I just want the onion and the pepper to kind of wilt down just a little bit, just about 3-4 minutes, just so they soften just a little bit. The onions and the peppers have gotten a little soft, right? That's what we wanted. So now we're actually going to kind of deglaze the bottom of the pan, and we're going to use our beer. So we're using a Guinness for this. Smells good. So just 1 beer going in. And again, you could use whatever you like. If you like an IPA, give a little bit of a bitter note. If you like, a lighter beer, that would be fine too. I kind of like the richness of the Guinness, and it also makes me think of our good friend Nate in Florida. He always loves to have a good Guinness with his meal. So Nate, shout out to you. Always want to make sure when you're using your Instant Pot, the biggest thing with this that people will complain about that I hear, they're afraid of it because they'll get what's called a burn notice. Is because when they're cooking, everything like we brown those meats and everything like that, what will happen is you'll get little brown bits that stick to the bottom, just like when you're cooking in a regular pan. We have to make sure those are scraped off the bottom. So I've used that liquid and I can feel, because there's no resistance with my wooden spoon here, I can feel that there's nothing stuck to the bottom. So I'm just gonna go around the whole bottom of the pan. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now everything seems good to go. I'm gonna click cancel. This is where we add all the rest of our flavors. So I've got 2 cans of pinto beans. I'm gonna add the juice and all in. Okay, it's 1, 2, same thing, juice and all. Gonna add to the flavors of our chili. I also have 2 cans of Great Northern beans. I'm originally from the north, so that's fitting, right? All right, all our beans are in. Now we've got all these flavors. Okay, so we've got coriander. And again, all the measurements are below. I've got basically a tablespoon of coriander. I know there's a tablespoon of cumin. I have 1 teaspoon of ancho chili peppers going in. That is so good. Again, it does have heat, but it's not like a cayenne. It's more of a fruity flavor. It's delicious. I have 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and then I have 3 tablespoons of chili powder. I know this seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, please, you're gonna love it. So salt. I basically had 2 teaspoons of kosher salt to start, and I had 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper. And I'm gonna give this all a stir, and then I'm gonna finish it by adding in the rest of our sauce. Oh my gosh, y'all. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay. One last thing to enter. Remember that blender that we used, right? So that had San Mazzanos that we used, right? It had our Guajillo peppers that we had soaked in that boiling water, and we ground those up. We had garlic in here, and also our Chipotle peppers, right? I guarantee your friends and family are gonna be asking for this over and over again. I promise you. So we're gonna give this all a big stir before we get our lid on. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for dinner. Do you guys call it dinner or supper? I don't know. I kind of use both. I think supper might be a little bit older term. All is well. God, it looks good already. It's not even done. So the great thing with the slow cooker, right? So we use the skirt steak, which is a little bit tougher of a cut of meat. And that's gonna cook up so quickly and tender just using the Instant Pot. We're gonna cook on high pressure. So you want to say more high, and we're gonna go for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. It will take about 15 minutes or so to come up to pressure. Then the timer will start like clicking down. So that's when we'll know. And then when it's done, all I'm gonna do is quick release it, and then we're gonna serve it up. All right, can't wait. Okay, time is up. Smells fabulous in here already. We're just gonna give it a quick release. So it's gonna press down the button, or yours might be a slide. Either way, we're gonna let all that pressure release, and then we're gonna take the top off. Okay, we're ready for the reveal. Oh my gosh, looks amazing. Smells so good in here, y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a good stir. We're gonna taste this for you. Wow. Yeah. That looks amazing. Got all those beans and the steak. And we've got the chorizo in there and the Italian sausage. So good. So we're gonna plate this up. So Eric and I can give it a taste for you. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yep. Doesn't look great already. Okay, but I'm gonna put just a little bit of shredded cheese on top, or maybe a lot. And then I like a little bit of sour cream on mine. I think it cuts through all the chili, just kind of gives you like a cool feeling there. So put a little bit of that on top. Just a tad. Okay? Just like that. All right, we're going to give this a taste for you. Okay, so you ready for this?
I'm ready.
So this has a lot of chilies in here.
Okay.
Actually, Eric was not here today when I was making it. So normally he's behind the camera. He actually just got in. He got home in time.
Yeah.
So this has like some dried chilies that I kind of reconstituted.
Okay.
They call it Guajillos. They're so good, so delicious. And it just has tons of like other chilies and cumin and coriander and chipotles. And we've got skirt steak in there. We've got Italian sausage in there and chorizo. I mean, and beans. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, beans?
Oh, yeah. We've got pinto beans and northern beans.
You're making some Texans not happy.
Get a rope.
So I know, y'all. You got to forgive me. Listen, I'm a transplant. So we love Texas, but I'm originally from the Northeast. And I like beans in my chili. I mean.
I do too.
Okay. So if you don't, leave them out. But I think they're better that way. Okay. So ready?
Yeah, right. After that.
It does come with a warning because it's temperature hot.
Okay, yeah. I can see the steam.
It just came out. So we might want to give it a little,
Oh, I can't even get everything on the spoon. There's so much in there.
I know. Let's see if I can do this. All right, I'm going for it. Oh my God.
Wow.
That is so good. That is so amazing. This honestly is like award-winning.
I was just gonna say that. That's gonna win a chili cooking contest.
Yes.
Because those chilies, I don't know what kind of chilies they are, but
yep.
I mean, I can definitely taste another level of pepper flavor going on.
And we got a lot of smokiness in there, even though. So we used poblano peppers, which I always have a hard time saying. Those. We also have the ancho chilies in there. We have the chipotles, which have a smoke flavor to them as well. I also use smoked paprika in there. So it is just like packed with flavor.
So good.
So there are a few steps in, but I promise you, your family will be begging for this. It's so good. So we hope you make this. If you do and you like it, please share with your friends and family. If you have not subscribed yet, do that as well. And don't forget to click that bell. That way you know when the next videos come out. All right, we love y'all. Love cooking with you.